Hey everyone. Um, Looks like we have Garfield's skills out currently. So these came from the live stream that they were doing, the radio show sort of thing. I told you guys to keep an eye on it. I didn't actually watch it myself. I was just making sure that other people were watching it, and then they let me know if anything of significance, would happen. And they were posting in the Discord as well. So it looks like we actually got a look at Garfield's skills. I don't think anything else was of significance. I think the only thing that was of any importance was them just talking and showing these skills. It's not actually translated here, but this guy's basically a JP whale. He's just talking about how he's kind of mad that he actually doesn't have any attack buffs. When in the showcase, it kind of looked like he was a main DPSer. It looks like now that he's actually like a tank unit. So we'll go over this and his skills and everything. First up, his leader skill is going to be a 35% defense lead for red units. Everything here I've translated through Google Translate, so I wouldn't take to heart everything, but it's more to give you guys an idea of what this guy is all about. Then obviously when you max out his skills here above, you get these bonuses: 10% HP, 20% debuff resistance, and 30% defense. This guy has a lot of defense, but again, I think in the long run defense isn't shit, because Reinhardt exists and he ignores defense. Most of the Reinhardts do, and I believe that's probably going to be an ability that other units are going to catch on to later down the line. So I just don't recommend ever building defense for anything. I just prefer HP, especially because a lot of abilities are based off of maximum HP and stuff like that. So I think it's just overall better, but it is what it is. Looking at his basic skill here, I believe this is, let's see if I can find it. This is a 400% power hit, physical, 100% chance of canceling one debuff on yourself, and activates 3 turns of I don't know what I called it. I think it was like Rampage or something. It's the new buff. We don't know what to call it yet. Here it says Indignation. Is that how I say? Indignation. I've seen other person on the Discord actually translate it to, let's see what it says. Oh, there's 2 people that have translated now. I want to see what they call it, because they have translations up as well. But I just want to use this one. Oh, they call it Rage. I guess Rage is like a good one, Rage buff, makes the most sense. So you give yourself a buff here, and then you also remove one random buff. Then we have the ultimate. Let's see if I can go back. Cooldown. Here it is. Physically attacks all enemies with 800% power, 100% chance to reduce your cooldown by 2 turns, increase your action gauge by 50%, and activates 3 turns of Rampage. And then 5-turn cooldown. Interesting. It all depends. His entire kit depends on what this Rampage buff does. So we'll have to wait and see. Overall, it's looking okay as a tank. He's looking fine, but nothing too game breaking. I think removing a lot of your buffs is really nice. His passive is really good. For a tank at least, so we'll get into that. I think I do actually really like it, but again, it's nothing game breaking. When you get a turn, there's a 100% chance that you will activate 3 turns of Rampage, and 3 turns of Rampage. Yeah, so that's 1 buff. Okay, and then 2 turns of defense enhancement. Okay, so you get defense. You start off the game, like the video showed, he came into the battle with defense and Rampage on him. So yeah, one Rampage buff. Then every time you get 2 turns, you cancel all your debuffs and recover 20% of your maximum HP. So distraction is going to be very big on this guy. I think if you can combo this guy with Teresia really good and make a solid Bride Teresia team, giving him cover, and then I don't know what else she gives, because I didn't really pay attention to her kit. I'm gonna be honest. I saw she can give cover. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's all I needed. But if she also gives invincibility, or debuff invincibility, this could be really strong, because then he won't be able to get distracted, and plus he's constantly self-healing and has the recover. I think that could be really good, especially if we ever get a cover memory. That could be really good as well. But distraction is definitely going to be able to just completely stomp on this unit. So he's nothing too crazy. I think long term, he's a really good tank. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of camp he's on. I would assume he's not on anyone's camp, but he could just end up on Amelia's camp, since the end of the season and all. but he doesn't really start off that way. And this is him like when he's in the sanctuary, not on her side yet. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get demi-human as a tag. Pretty sure he's gonna be physical because he's obviously all of his attacks are physical. Again, if you want to see the translations officially, they're in the Discord now. I believe some other people have translated. I just wanted to use Google Translate because I did it on my own and I feel like a big boy. So yeah. Also, he's a red unit, not a green, so that's good, but also not a purple. I feel like a purple tank could have been interesting. I feel like we don't have much of those. Like Roswell can be kind of considered a tank. He's more so support, but I think Garfield would have been great there. I'm hoping for another purple unit soon. If you guys don't know, that purple units have like the least amount of units in the game. They have like 5 or 6. It's like a stupid low number. I think green has like in the 20s or something. I don't know. It's very unbalanced, and I'm very confused as to why they are so bad at balancing the amount of characters that are specifically green and purple. So I don't know. Him being a specific red leader defense is fine. It's not a great skill. Again, defense is kind of mid. I think this is a cool leader skill if you're just starting out. I don't ever see anyone using defense leader skills seriously. It's kind of whatever. I'm kind of happy that he's a tank because it makes sense for the character, and even the name of the character, I believe he's called the Shield of the Sanctuary. I think that's pretty cool, making him a tank and everything. But I would love to see a big cat form version of him where he's completely offensive. That's kind of what I thought he was going to be here, but apparently not. So I don't really remember the animation all too much, but I don't believe he transforms in the animation. So there's still hope to make a big cat version of him and make that a fully offensive version. I really would love to see that, and I hope they do that sometime in the future. But yeah, so again, defense unit, tank unit, nothing too crazy. If you want to see the skills, check out the Discord. Discord's great. They do all dope shit there. The wiki's pretty good too, but it's just not as up to date because there's only one person running it. So, you have like a whole team of people versus, one person. So, yeah, so that's going to do it for the video. Let me know what you guys think. Again, it's very close to anniversary. You guys should be probably skipping this anyway, saving. Garfield is pretty cool. I know a lot of people like him, but I think anniversary is just going to be so big. Especially even this celebration. Like I think we can consider this Tanabata part 1, and then part 2 we don't even know what's gonna happen in part 2. And Tanabata is like a huge deal in Japan. It's a festival, so like this is the start of it, and I'm pretty sure part 2 we're probably gonna get Echidna or something. I can see us getting Echidna, or maybe like another sanctuary unit. Like, oh my god, maybe in Ryuzu. Maybe, huh? I feel like I really want to say like, hey, we're just gonna get Echidna, but I feel like that's just too obvious, and they're gonna throw us off with like Ryuzu or something. Maybe Patrash. We still need a Patrash unit. I think that'd be really sick. Then they can make tag team units. There's so many good tag team units they can make, like maybe tag team Patrash and Subaru, maybe Subaru and Betty at the end of the season. If you know, you know. Elsa and the other chick, if you know, you know. I just don't want to spoil everything. Even though, anime's been out for a long time now. A surprising amount of people actually haven't watched it, I've noticed. They said so themselves in the Discord. And it's like, why are you playing this game? But yeah, I think he's a dope unit. I don't think he's anything too crazy for PvP. I think he could be potentially really good in PvE if the enemies aren't spamming distraction at you, and you can actually get a cover off. You can really make your team survive some pretty nasty stuff. I'm interested to see his base stats. Again, stats really make the unit. So no matter how good this kid is, Elsa came out swinging with, an 1100 attack, and it's like, eesh. She's got actually pretty solid kit. I think a lot of people underrate the new Bridal Elsa. I was the first one to as well. But after using her a bit more in PvP and kind of playing around with her, she hits like an actual truck. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the crit damage, the 2 hits instead of the 1, as well as the crit rate and the attack buff that she can get potentially. I don't know what it is, but she hits kind of nutty with such low attack that she has. So I'm kind of wondering that they had given her a normal attack stat, and then they saw how much damage she was doing. She's like, yeesh, we gotta tone this back, and they put it to 1100. So again, we have to wait for this dude's stats. It could make or break the unit, potentially. But I think this kit's so like safe and well made that I don't think even the stats can ruin it. And I don't think they'd give him poor defense and HP. I really do think they're gonna probably really want you to summon here. So I think he's gonna be really tanky. But again, we'll have to wait and see. So that's gonna do it for the video. Again, tell me if you're gonna summon or not. Again, anniversary's near. Probably don't. Probably save. I had like 1k gems yesterday because nothing gives gems anymore. And I still spent it on Bridal Elsa and I regret it instantly. Even though she's my top tier waifu. And that's how much I regret it. So if I regret summoning for my top tier waifu, how much regret do you think you're going to have if you summon before anniversary? So again, 3 months, basically 2 more months. But 3 months technically left until anniversary, September the 9th. Keep it on your calendars, boys and girls, and everything in between. And I'll see you then. Later.